be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you go, you know they know I'm hot.
What's the deal? What's going on, my good people? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Wednesday. Hope you all are doing well. If this is your first time here, I want to welcome you. Pull up a seat. I hope you enjoy the content. And before we get into this video, I want to ask that you like, comment, share, subscribe, and go ahead and tap that bell while you're at it so you are notified anytime I drop a brand new video, go live, or schedule a premiere. All right, y'all. So today we got some KFC. This just crossed my mind. I haven't had KFC in forever. So I was like, you know what? Let's have some KFC. And I have the Nashville Hot Tenders. I heard a lot about them. Look at that. They're nice and golden and crunchy. I'm excited about this. I actually really am. And it's actually kind of smells good too. So that's what we having today, y'all. I got a biscuit on the side. I got some fries. I got some honey mustard. Got some ranch. So let's get busy for the first bite. I am dipping this in some honey mustard. Give y'all the first bite. That's good. This is really good. This all right with me. I'm sorry about the noise in the background, y'all. I usually roll my windows up when I'm outside, but it's too hot and I got on all black. I had to throw this on real quick to go, get the food. And I'm gonna say this. We might do a location change at some point by the time I get to the story time, because I feel like my phone is gonna overheat. It's like 93 degrees right now. So yes, I got some lemonade. Woo! That is good. Got biscuit with some honey on it. Shout out to the folks at KFC. They were so nice. So nice. Such good customer service. I got food for my whole family. They threw in some extra food. They were just being nice. And I appreciate that. Because ain't nothing worse than a bad customer service experience. It seemed like you remember that. I remember that forever. It always sits with me whenever I have a bad customer service experience. And I am the kind of person where I do not let up. I don't let up. Like when people giving me an attitude or hanging up on me and stuff like that, I'm not the kind of person that be like, oh, well, whatever. I don't let it go until I address my issue with somebody and get some type of resolution. Y'all probably could tell I'm like that, but look, I can't just walk away. This chicken is really good. It definitely has a kick to it, but it's not unbearable. The chicken is moist. It's not dry. It was good. Mom got a 3-piece, and I got a 5-piece. Y'all, today is the day. It's the first episode of my new podcast, A Happy Effing Life. I'll put the link below. Thank y'all for y'all that have shown me love and checked it out. Y'all done DM me, messaged me and stuff already. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I'll link all the information below. Whether you want to listen or watch on YouTube, I'll put that in the description box. So check it out, y'all. And one thing I'm proud of is that I released it on time. I had some technical issues, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to push through it. I'm going to put it out. And I'll get my issues sorted out. I got fries. Now, some of y'all, I gave y'all an update about how the health thing is going, the weight loss journey, the lifestyle change. I am at a screeching halt. Man, I fell off hard When I was gone with Laura for 3 weeks, it was a wrap. Things were getting shaky leading up to vacation, and I fell off completely. But once I get back from Vegas, I'm gonna get back on. And we are back. I knew I was gonna have to relocate. I knew it. I'm surprised my phone didn't actually heat up sooner than that. So anyways, had to come upstairs, got the AC on, thank God. So I feel better. My phone is better. And we can continue. So I was telling y'all, I fell off for sure on eating healthy. But I'm back to it though when I get back from vacation. I'm gonna allow myself to enjoy. The one thing I would like to do while we're on vacation though is be active. I would, not that I'm trying to go hiking, nothing like that, but if maybe do a little yoga, you know what I'm saying? We got some booty bands, some push-ups, some squats, something. I just want to be active, do a little something. I don't want to just not do anything, you know what I'm saying? And I think the house where we're staying has a pool, so, spend some time in the pool just being active, Anyway. This is so good because I haven't eaten all day. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and jump to the story time. And before I do, like I said, this story time is brought to you by the members. I also want to give a warning. This story does not have a happy ending. There are certain words I would like to use to describe it, but, YouTube can be kind of picky about certain things, and I don't want this video to get flagged. But I do want to give you a heads up. This is not a happy ending. And I know there are some things that people experience in real life that when they see it mimicked or talked about, that it can set them off. So just want to give you guys a heads up. All right. So shout out to the members. I want to give a shout out to Leoma, Tanya, Marla, Destiny, Serena, and Ashley. So they gave me the specifics. Okay, they gave me the specifics, and I was gonna tell you exactly what they told me. I'll tell you at the end because I don't want to get a story away. All right. So let's get to it. All right. So our 3 characters today is Karma, David, and Tim. So we're gonna start off with Karma and David. They're a married couple. They've been together for 10 years. They've been married for like 4 years, and they have their ups and downs in their marriage, but it's not bad. David works for a nonprofit organization, and Karma, she's an executive. She's a business executive, and been an executive for pretty much most of her adult life. Her family is really wealthy and well known. So, she's a mover and shaker kind of person, she make a lot of money as well. So they live in LA. They got a beautiful house in LA. They don't have any kids. And it is a Friday night. So Karma, she got home from work. She got her some wine, but she's still kind of going through her phone, looking at emails. But she's also packing because she's going to Vegas on Saturday. So she's getting herself together. It's been a busy week. So she's throwing her, her bag and stuff together. She's going to be gone for like 4 or 5 days for work. She goes out there for work so pretty regularly. So she's getting her stuff together. She's in the bedroom, and, David comes in. He's just, like small talking with her or whatever. And while he's in there, he's just like looking at his phone, and he's just like, damn, like, my phone is tripping. Like, it keeps on powering down. I can't send text messages. Like, my phone doesn't ring. And so he's like, babe, can I use your phone to call my cell phone company so I can troubleshoot my phone, Because usually when you call for troubleshooting, they want you not to be on the phone that you're calling about. So she's like, yeah, she hands her phone off, and she continues packing, right? So he walks off to the living room, and, she hears him calling, giving his information, verifying his details or whatever, talking to somebody. He's on hold. He's not on hold. Like, the call lasts like 20 or 30 minutes, right? So she hears him talking. She's still packing. She's doing her thing in the bedroom, right? So, the night kind of is going on or whatever, and he's done with his phone call. He comes back in the bedroom, and he's just like, you know what, babe? I think I changed my mind. I'm going to go to Vegas with you. She was like, you going to go to Vegas? Like, every time I invite you, you always say no. Why now? Why'd you change your mind? He's like, like you said, I always say no. I'm gonna go, get out the house. I can go just chill. I can binge watch. I can relax, maybe gamble a little, whatever. Because, she's like, well, you're not gonna see me much. I have meetings, I have dinners and stuff. While I'm there, it's pretty much work, work, work. He's like, no, I feel you, but, I'm gonna go with you. So he's like, all right, cool. So Saturday rolls around, and Karma wakes up early, and she, gets a notice that one of her meetings got bumped up. So she tells David, like, you know what, I'm not going to drive in. I'm actually going to fly because my meeting is a little earlier than I expected. So he's like, all right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'll drive. You know, my bag isn't quite packed, so I'll leave in like an hour or so. She's like, all right, well, I'm about to get up out of here because, you know, my meeting is coming up pretty soon. And, you know, it could be some delays with my flight. Let me get to the airport. So she gets in the Uber, she takes off. And then like an hour and a half later, David takes off and goes to Vegas. He hops in the car. You know, he kind of starts his ride off a little bit slow. Like he has no music playing. He's just kind of like admiring nature. You know, just driving through the city, gets on the freeway, got the windows rolled down, finally turns on some music, and, you know, now he's on his way. So now we cut back to Karma, and Karma is not on the plane, and she is not in Vegas. She is actually in a car. She's in a car, she's the passenger in the car, and she's in a car with a man, and the man is named Tim. So she's rubbing Tim's bald head, you know, she's touching his neck and his ears, and they're playing Mary J. Blige, you know what I'm saying, Share My World, like they singing at the top of their lungs. They just look like they're having a good old time. So clearly they're romantically involved, right? And, you know, Tim is somebody that Karma has been messing around with for a while. So they met each other at work, okay? And when they met at work, Tim was actually Tammy, okay? So Tammy transitioned and is now Tim. So Tim is a trans man. And, you know, they always just had a good relationship. They had a good relationship. They always connected. They spent a lot of time together working on projects and stuff. You know, they always understood each other. And they just had this connection, you know, that kind of started before, you know, Tim went through the transition. And, you know, when the transition was discussed, like, you know, it didn't bother Karma. You know, so Karma has been very supportive and loving and consistent and just there for Tim through everything. So the reality of it is they go to Vegas every 4 to 6 weeks because Tim is going to get different treatments and following up with one of the best doctors in the country. So they take these trips every 4 to 6 weeks. So Karma has David believing that she's going for work, but she's really going to be with Tim to be supportive, spend time with him, but also make sure he's getting the treatment that he needs and stuff like that too. Because he, you know, just want to make sure everything is good. So, you know, she hasn't quite told Tim that, you know, her husband, because Tim knows that, you know, she's married, but Karma hasn't said that, like, her husband is coming along, right? So, whatever, they're having their ride, they're on their way to Vegas, they're having a good old time, right? Great old time. So, anyways, going back to David is now in Vegas, right? So, he's in Vegas, he pulls up, and he realizes, like, I forgot to get the hotel information from Karma. I don't even know where we're staying. I have no idea where we're staying. I don't want to just go get a hotel. I know she has a place booked, so I don't know the details. So he calls Karma's phone, and the phone just goes to voicemail. He's like, damn, okay. So he calls again. He's like, damn, is my phone still tripping or what? Powers his phone off, turns it back on. Her phone's still going to voicemail. So he like, damn, I wonder, hope everything is all right. You know, maybe she's still on her flight. I don't know, whatever. So he's sitting in his car, and he's like, what am I going to do? You know, I got to kill some time until I talk to her. So when Dave looks up, he sees a strip club. So he was like, all right, bet, I'm going to go to the strip club real quick. And I'm not even going for the girls. I'm just going to go chill for a little bit, you know. And so he goes in. It's not crowded. He gets a seat at the bar, orders a ginger and a whiskey. And, you know, he starts gambling. You know, he's playing the machine that's kind of right there at the bar, winning a little bit. He lights up a cigarette. And, you know, he's just kind of chilling out, just enjoying his own company at this point. Because he's thinking like, damn, when is the last time I did this? When is the last time I went to a bar alone and just posted up, right? So he orders another ginger and whiskey. And eventually, you know, one of the dancers comes up to him. You know, she comes up, cozies up next to him, you know, rubs the back of his neck and, you know, finds her way onto his lap. So she's sitting on top of his lap, right? And, you know, she's sitting there and he doesn't budge or ask her to move or whatever. So she starts, you know, she's dancing, grinding up against him. And look, he is here for it. You know, he's not asking her to stop, right? So she takes his hand and is like, come follow me. So they walk and they go to the side of the club and there's this door. And she was looking at this door or whatever and it's closed. So you don't know what's on the other side of it. But she was like, you know, for $300, we can go all the way. And so he's like, So she's looking at him. He's looking at her. And he reaches in his front pocket and he pulls out 3 $100 bills. He hands it to her and they go to the back of the room. So they go inside or whatever and do whatever they're doing, right? So now cut to Tim and Karma. They pull up to the doctor's office, right? So they park the car. You know, Tim hops out of the driver's seat. Karma hops out of the passenger seat. They go inside. You know, they walk in just happily, you know, not a single care and worry in the world, right? So they go ahead and they walk inside and the waiting room is kind of full, you know. It's not usually packed when they go, but it is packed this particular day. And they have to wait for like 30 or 40 minutes. So, you know, Karma's on her phone looking at work emails, you know, returning text messages, whatever, taking notes on some different things she's working on. And Tim is on social media looking at magazines, like, you know, just chilling. So they just waiting, they're being patient or whatever, right? So eventually the nurse comes out, you know, calls Tim's name, they go back together. They go ahead and sit in the doctor's office. A couple minutes go by and the doctor walks in. Now the doctor walks in, but he just doesn't seem like himself at all. You know, he's usually very upbeat, has a lot of energy, you know, comes in cracking jokes, you know, that kind of thing. But his energy is just really low and he looks sad almost, you know, maybe even nervous. He just has this weird look on his face. And so, you know, they say their hellos and stuff like that. And the doctor tries to perk up a little bit. And, you know, he is kind of beating around the bush, you know. And so he's just like, you know, I know that we were going to do some updates and maybe even do some treatments and stuff while you were in town. But I have some bad news. And, you know, he's like, I know I shouldn't say this, but, you know, Tim, you are one of my favorites. You are, you know, always have such a great attitude and just so loving and funny. And he's just like, you know, I really, really hate to break this news to you, but, you know, you have a rare blood disease and, you know, you only have like 3 months, you know, to live. And so this like knocks the wind out of Tim's chest. Tim is like, what? I mean, because everything has gone so well. Everything has been completely smooth through his entire transition. Everything. You know what I'm saying? Like everything. Even when there's been issues when certain things weren't covered, you know, because of his health care, you know, Karma would take care of it because, y'all, like I said, she got bread. Her and her family got money. And, you know, just there's been no bumps in the road, you know, and it's just like, he's just like, what? A rare blood disease. And the doctor just doesn't know what to say. Karma doesn't know what to say. Like, and then they both just kind of like start breaking down. They're crying, just weeping, you know, and the doctor excuses himself, you know, to give them some privacy to kind of process everything that they were just told. And it's so heavy in the room, so emotional, you know what I'm saying? Things take a turn quickly. So it's just like, I can't believe this and, you know, whatever, right? So eventually Tim like gets himself together and he's like, you know what? You know, I don't even know what to say, and I can't believe I have such a short amount of time left, but, you know, I'm glad that I have it with you. You know, this news is heartbreaking, and I don't even have anybody to call and tell them about it. You know, there's nobody for me to even tell because I've lost so many people that, you know, stopped talking to me and shut me out of their lives because I went through a transition, and now I'm dying and I don't have anybody but you. And I'm just grateful that I at least have you. You know, I'm grateful that even when it's over, I could say that I love someone and they love me too, you know. And it's just a gut punch to both of them. You know, it really is. And then, you know, it's just a sadness in the air. And then, you know, Tim is just like, you know what? Fuck this. Let's stop crying. Let's go to our favorite buffet. And they start laughing because they have like this little cheap buffet that's like in the cut on the strip in Vegas that they go to. And they just love it. They love the food, love the people. They always go. So that kind of lightens the mood a little bit. But they, you know, they walk hand in hand. They're holding hands. They walk out of the door. Tim opens the door. Karma goes through and he follows and they go. And, you know, they're not paying attention to what's going on around them because of the news they just got. And, you know, they go back into like the reception waiting area. And as soon as they walk out there, they see David. And Karma immediately, you know, lets go of Tim's hand and is like, David, what are you doing here? And David's like, I mean, I could ask you the same. What are you doing here? You know, how's it going? How you doing? What's up, Karma? Hey, baby, how you doing? You know, you weren't answering your phone. But, hey, how's it going? And she's like, how did you even get here? Like, what are you doing here? She just has all these questions. I mean, it just the levels of shock. Imagine how she's feeling what she just heard because of Tim. And now her husband is here. And it's like, what is happening right now? How is this even happening? Like, I knew you was going to be in Vegas, but what are you doing here? This is so specific. And he's just like, you know, I think we should take a ride. I think we should, you know, spend some time together. And he's like, I'm sorry. I don't know who you are, but I'm David. You know, I'm Karma's husband. And Tim is just shocked. You know, Tim is just completely shocked. And he's like, yeah, like, let's go for a ride. You know, I think we should definitely go for a ride. Let's hop in the car. You know what I'm saying? And so what David does, he reaches in his pocket, he pulls out a gun. He's like, I said, let's go for a ride. So they're both looking like, oh shit, like they're startled, you know. And, you know, Karma jumps in the driver's seat and Tim jumps in the passenger seat, even though it's his car. You know, he jumps in the passenger seat. She wants to kind of at least give him a little bit of time to process as they're in the car what he just heard or whatever. And, you know, David's in the back seat. And he's just like, yeah, you know, Tim. Okay, so nice to meet you. He's just like, you know, you and my wife clearly have a thing, you know. And I'll tell you what's so interesting. I know, Karma, you want to know how I got here. Why am I here? What am I doing? Because this, I mean, obviously didn't just happen by coincidence. He was like, yeah, you know, when I was calling to check on my phone, you know, there was a text message that popped up from Tim. You know, Tim telling you how much he missed you, how much he couldn't, you know, wait to get to Vegas, and you know, how you guys, after the treatment and after the doctor's appointment, all the things you guys were going to do over the next 4 or 5 days. So, I mean, it looks like you've been coming to Vegas, you know, for Tim and not for work. Am I wrong? And so Karma just looks up in the mirror, looks at David. She doesn't say anything. He's like, I can't hear you. She doesn't say anything. He's like, that's what I thought. All right, so I want to make sure that I make it clear how David was able to find Karma. So when he used her phone to call customer service, when he was having an issue with his phone, that was actually happening at the time. And while he was on the phone, these text messages were coming in. He starts reading the text messages. He's curious. He's confused. He's hurt. He couldn't believe what he saw before his eyes. So what he decided to do was, you know, he shared Karma's location to his phone indefinitely. And that's why he changed his mind all of a sudden to come to Vegas. He wanted to see what was going on. And so, you know, they're just driving. He's like, so where you, he just has a lot of questions. He's being sarcastic and stuff too. And he's like, so where y'all staying at? Is it a hotel? Because every time we come to Vegas, which isn't that often, we stay in a hotel. And it's not even nice. I mean, it's nice, but it ain't that nice. You know, for as much money as you have, Karma, it ain't that nice. And so she's just like, doesn't really know what to say. And they pull up to this beautiful, big ass house. So they get an Airbnb, but it's plush. I mean, it's like 4 or 5 bedrooms, two-story, a big ass garage. You could probably fit like 10 cars in this long garage. They got a pool, like it's decked out. And he was like, well, this is nice. Do you guys stay like, live like this and stay in places like this every time that y'all come? Damn, Tim, you must be putting it down. Like, wow, okay. So they hop out of the car, they go inside of the house. And so, you know, they're just standing. And, you know, Karma's just like, look, I'm sorry. I don't even know what to say. Like, I hope we should talk. Like, I think that we could talk. And he's like, now you want to talk? You want to talk? I've been with you for the last 10 years of my life. I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with you. And now you want to talk. You've had plenty of time to talk. I mean, based on those conversations, y'all been dealing with each other for a while. And now you want to fucking talk? Nah, it's a little too late for talking now, Karma. It's a little late for all of that. And Karma's like, no, you're right. You know, I could have done better. I should have done better. You and Tim deserve better. Like, it's not fair that I'm bringing Tim into my life when I have you. And, you know, I'm doing this behind your back. Like, it's not right. It's not right. And I'm sorry. You know, why don't we let Tim leave and you and I sit and talk? Like, let's just talk. He's like, I don't want to talk. He was like, but you know what? There's something else that I want to do. I think we should play a game. Remember how much we used to love playing games when we first got together? We used to love games. Damn. That was a long time ago. We haven't played games in a long time. Now's a good time to play a game. We should play a game. So he pulls the gun out of his pocket and he's like, you know what game I really want to play? You know, we talked about this, that when we were young, we used to love playing Any, Mini, Miny, Mo. So let's do that. You want to play Any, Mini, Miny, Mo? Let's do it. So he starts with himself, then he goes to Karma, then he goes to Tim. So that's the rotation. So he goes, Any, Mini, Miny, Mo. Catch a tiger by a toe. If he holler, let him go. Any, Mini, Miny, Mo. So he points the gun at himself, right? So he's pointed at himself. And every time that he went around, he was pointing the gun at the person that he was at, right? So he's pointing the gun. He's bouncing it on his chest. And he's like, damn, what I'm going to do with this gun? You know, he puts it up against his head, you know, whatever. And he's like, you know, he's just like, whatever. And they just look terrified. Like, what are you about to do? What are you about to do? And he's like, I ain't about to do nothing. Like, you know, this is some bullshit, but I ain't finna do nothing. This gun ain't even got no bullets in it. And so they both relieved, you know. You're like, damn. So Karma, Tim, like, they hearts is racing. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh. He was like, psych, bow. So he puts the gun in his mouth and he just fires it, just fires it. And they were just like, you know, so he just literally takes himself out in front of them and that's it. So things just escalated really, really fast, you know, really fast. And, you know, when he was going on his rant, you know, before he did what he did, you know, he made it very clear, like, you know, before Dave, you know, just did what he did. He was just, you know, telling Karma, like, you know, you know my story. You know that I wasn't good enough for my family. You know, my parents left me, and now clearly I'm not good enough for you. You know, you got somebody else involved. And obviously Karma starts screaming. She's screaming. She falls to her knees, and she's just, you know, losing it over his body, his dead body, his dead bloody body, you know. And that's the end. I told y'all it wasn't gonna be a happy ending, but you know, the members said they wanted something different, so I had to bring something different. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the story time. And let me tell you about the parts I want to shout out specifically. I gave the member shout outs in the beginning, but I want to break it down specifically. So Leoma and Tanya said they wanted it to be a drama. Marla said that she wanted somebody to die. Destiny shows the location of Vegas, and Serena came with the plot and was like, you know, she wanted a married woman to be cheating on her husband, and the side boo was dying. And then Tanya also came back. She made a reference to someone making love in the club. So, of course, David did that with the stripper. And Ashley said that she wanted the side boo to be a trans man. So, hopefully I covered all the bases. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that story time. Again, if you want to check out the podcast, you want to subscribe to the channel, you want to listen to it on the different platforms, that'll all be below. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead and meet me in the comments. And do one thing for me, y'all. Make the best of the day. Be good to yourself. Peace.
I be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you go, you know